All right, it's always great to be on Radio Row and see some of the NFL legends that are walking around. This guy looks like you could just get up and play for your former Seattle Seahawks team in the Super Bowl. But Robert Gallery is here today. Such a great cause representing DAV and this amazing kind of rebrand of our Wounded Warrior football game that I used to do with BJ Ganem, and it was such a success. And now you guys have resurrected it.
Yeah, I was lucky. I got to meet, got introduced to BJ, and we all were scheming. And I want to do something with veterans. I do a lot of support with veterans and in the organization I started. So we got talking about it and something we wanted to resurrect, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are. It's going to be fun. It's going to be happening this Saturday. You want to come out and check them out again. We're going to see some NFL stars, some celebrities, guys that think they can still play. Everybody wants to dream when they're competing against you guys that they could do what you did.
Exactly, and we still wish that we could do what we did, right? I've been thinking all week that, I don't want to get hurt doing this either, right? I'm in good shape, but it's funny. We all get to come out. It's for a great cause and get some awareness to what we're trying to show.
Robert, why is it so important to give back to our veterans? I mean, it seems like rah, 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 you're all heroes while you're over there, and then when they come back, we forget about the PTSD, the medical needs that they have, all of the issues that they have, and again, the suicide rate is beyond normal for those that have been serving in the military. So why is it so important for what you do?
It's just because my dad was in the Marines, and just the friends I've had that have been in the military. I went through some mental health issues myself and got help. I reached out to a military friend of mine, and so these guys come back from war and all these things they do and see, and just the damage to their brain is what we're learning too. So these people deserve to have a good life and to get healing that they need. And something like this brings it together, raises awareness. And there are other, alternatives out there, which I learned, for not only for not comparing, us athletes to veterans, but we deal with a lot of the same issues, right? The lack of identity, the brotherhood, all these things, right? So it's a perfect pairing to match my organization, Athletes for Care, which is mental health for athletes, and the deal of the issues we deal with, TBI and the different things, just like, obviously TBI caused from a different thing, but the same TBI that veterans have from blast. And so there's a lot of crossover, and we all seem to, we're big fans of veterans, and veterans seem to be big fans of us.
And football is so much more, and again, I am not disparaging what the veterans do, but it is a battle, and there's a lot of comparisons, especially with the camaraderie of those battles. And you talked about the PTSD from brain trauma that you might worry about one day for you.
Yes, absolutely, and that's why I'm here. I dealt with a few years ago. Dealt with a very low point in my life with some suicidal ideation, and it got really bad. And I learned it was because of the injury I had to my brain from all the concussions. So the research I did, I was able to seek out alternative treatments, which was introduced to me through a veteran. And so now I've become very close with that community and want to help that community. And that community is talking more about their mental health. And I think us as professional athletes need to do that.
I got to tease you. So has your brain and your head healed? Because you used to have long, flowing WWE-like hair. So look at you all cleaned up.
Yeah, no, it is. It was about 5 years ago I did my first treatment with ibogaine as a psychedelic assisted therapy with ibogaine, and I'm a different person. I was dealing with PTSD and brain fog and all these things that a lot of veterans are dealing with too. And so I am a new look person. I feel I'm clear, thinking correctly, and there's been a lot of healing.
Is the league and Commissioner Goodell doing enough for you and your brothers currently?
Yeah, there's lots of the steps that have been taken over the past since I retired 10 plus years ago. Things have stepped up. So there's a lot of things that are offered, but what I've learned, not only with myself, is you have all these options, but when you're in that state, it's hard to think clearly to reach out for some of those. So the league is doing a lot for the players and former players, but not all that stuff works, right? And that's why we're talking about psychedelic assisted therapy, specifically with ibogaine. There's a lot of studies on it. Stanford studied it. So we're hoping as time moves on to make that another alternative for guys. But the league, absolutely, this is not a witch hunt by me. I loved what I did. I'd go back and do it again, even with the same results. But the afterlife, the healing that we need afterwards is what we're after.
And speaking of the healing, have you healed from your time with the Raiders and the lack of success they've had since you've been gone, and watching Seattle achieve the success? I mean, are you torn between your loyalty to either team, or are you going Seahawks all the way?
Obviously I spent a lot more time in Oakland. I'm a big fan of Oakland. I have a lot of friends there. But
So you're representing.
exactly. But to see Seattle having success, right? I had a great year there. And honestly, I'm so busy with my kids and their sports. I don't watch football all that much. I'm just happy for success. I wish I had that. Right? There's some of that PTSD of not winning, not getting a chance to have a chance to go to a Super Bowl or be in the playoffs. So there's things like that still bother you as an athlete, because that's why you do. It's not all about the paycheck. It's about like winning. And so I'd love to see the Raiders take that next step, and hopefully that next coach will do it.
And as you look at the changes in the NFL, some good, some bad, are there things that you would like to have seen from the old days, or is the league trying to keep those players around for a little bit to make a little more money?
I think there's a lot of changes, right? I think at the end of the day, it's for the good of the players. A lot of the stuff, it's also a business, right? So we know a lot of the stuff is for money, but it's great to see what they're doing, right? Football is so popular, even from 20 years ago. So they're doing everything they can to take advantage of that, and it's just guys, like me, want to play as long as I could. I do it all over again. Some of the safety stuff may have helped me not go through what I went through, but it's also the mentality I have and had when I was playing.
Well, Robert, this game Saturday is going to be fun. It's probably going to be my last ever game. My shoulders are destroyed and I'll make a token appearance. But are these fun for you as far as coming out? Do you have anything to prove at your age?
I don't have anything to prove. I think it's the camaraderie. I mean, it's being around people that I want to be around, being around veterans, being around other athletes, and just doing something for, to bring awareness, right? The men specifically talking about mental health needs to be talked about more, especially in sports. And like I said, my military friends, they're starting to talk about it. And so we as athletes need to talk about it, because it's okay to say you're struggling, and there's help. So it'll be a lot of fun. Get out and run around a little bit. I'm not going to crank it up too much, but it'll be fun to be out in the field.
And Robert, you talk about the struggles that the veterans go through and much of your parallel lives. When you were at your lowest point, what did you do that it might be different than, because it's so macho to, I'm a man, I don't cry, nothing bothers my brain. But when you realize that you're at that lowest point, we're talking about taking the biggest step you could take. How do you rebound from that? How do you recover?
I think I had the right people around me. I had a wife and a family that cared for me and stuck with me through it, no matter how bad I was. I had friends that when I finally reached out, which took a very long time, they answered the call and they helped me and didn't judge me. And then once I started talking about it, it's okay to say, hey, yeah, I almost took my life. And there's nothing cowardly about that. The fact that you talk about it and want to be better, that's the biggest step.
But you guys as NFL players 10 years ago, we weren't talking about that. It was like, suck it up, put your helmet on, go play. There were no protocols. They didn't take you out of a game. Somebody wasn't looking at you. So, I hope that those changes are going to be for the better, not only for you, but for the guys that are going to walk in your shoes.
Absolutely. And I think, we're all evolving and people are talking about it more. And yeah, absolutely. I hid it from my wife for a very long time, all my friends. And because I was too macho to say I'm struggling and I have issues and things are going on with my brain that I don't understand. But, hopefully times are changing. That's why we're here to bring awareness and hey, it's okay to talk about this. I'm not, it's not something you're proud of, but I'm proud that I'm talking about it and bringing awareness to others.
Well, it's such a great thing put on by the Disabled American Veterans. I'm not a veteran, but my dad served in World War II, so I'm a half-brother to these guys. But the game is this week. It's at Cappuccino High School. That's not a coffee. It's a high school in San Bruno, California. Gates are going to open at 10 a.m. You get to hang out with these guys, take some pictures, get some autographs, or tell them how much of a Raider hater that you were from back in the day. Kickoff is at 12:30. Tickets are free, and you can register at DAV Bowl, not Dave Bowl, but davbowl.org. And what do you want people to come away from this game this weekend?
Just the awareness to come out and see, these veterans, these disabled veterans that are out there, having fun, doing things that maybe people don't think they do, how they've come back and retransitioned into normal life after their service, and just raising awareness of all these things, right? The physical and the mental help that all these guys can get, and what DAV has done for these guys, right? They serve 1 million people a year, free of charge, and so that organization for what it's done since 1920.
All right. Well, I'd be stupid to leave you without a prediction, and you can be a homer. I don't care. Who do you think is going to win, and who do you even like to watch in the game?
I'm not to go with Seahawks, not only because I played there, but I just think they're playing good football. You can tell that team is together. So they've been exciting to watch. It's a fun brand of football, but you never know, right? It's the last one of the year, but I'm rooting for the Seahawks.
All right, and you hated playing against him, but are you kind of rooting for Tom Brady to turn around that organization for the Raiders?
Absolutely. No, I want to see them have success. All of us Raiders do. So hopefully this is a year. Hopefully Tom gets the right people in there or helps, and hopefully the Raiders are back up on top.
All right, Robert Gallery, the game is this weekend, 10:30. Come out, see BJ Ganem, Nate Boyer, see this guy, all kinds of stars. I'll be out there. Come out, celebrate the veterans that served us, that helped us, and let's give back because DAV does that year-round. Thank you, Robert. Best of luck on Radio Row, and we'll see you Saturday.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Brother. Thanks a lot. All right, that's part of the Dave Stevens Show. Stick with us. We'll have more for you later at Radio Row, Super Bowl 60.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different. Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a yacht. It's serendipity.
Again, everybody, Dave Stevens here for iTattoo. You know, as Christopher Martin and I have traveled across the country, we've been talking to baseball players who have body art. Now, people think that body art can be shameful, but these guys have some amazing stories, some beautiful art designs on their arms, and we had a chance to talk to a few of them at the Baseball All-Star Game in Atlanta this year. Javi, you've got some great body art. Just tell me a little bit about what's behind some of these on your arm.
A lot of pain, honestly. I'll start here. This is just like for my friend group. All of us have one, or all of us. Some of them are still trying to get it. This is one of my other favorite ones. It's just, two hands represent me and my brother.
It's for my family. Kind of goes my dad, mom, brother, and then my younger brothers. Against all odds, got this after I got drafted.
Talk about showcasing. You have got some great art on your arms, and I just wanted to know what those stories might be behind this side. This side, we got an awesome-looking owl over here and some
Love the outdoors, so got a big outdoor sleeve, a couple tattoos my dad has that I just recreated.
So there you have it, some of the stories behind the body art from these Major League Baseball players and the future stars. So for more information about iTattoo, please check us out at our website or reach out to Nathan and Christopher.